Book summary by Teddy Bear's Storytime.
My Sister, the Serial Killer is a darkly comic thriller by Oyinkan Braithwaite, published on November 20, 2018. The novel is set in Lagos, Nigeria, and follows the story of Korede, a nurse who must deal with the fallout of her younger sister, Ayoola's, serial killings. The book explores themes of family loyalty, morality, and the complexities of sibling relationships against a backdrop of urban Nigerian life. The novel has been praised for its sharp wit, engaging narrative, and its blend of suspense with dark humor. Characters: Korede, the protagonist, a dedicated nurse who is burdened by her younger sister's criminal activities and tries to manage the chaos they cause. Ayoola, Korede's younger sister, who is a serial killer with a penchant for murdering her boyfriends. Tade, Korede's love interest, who is unaware of Ayoola's crimes and becomes entangled in the sisters' lives. Femi, Ayoola's latest victim, whose death sets off a series of events that escalate the story. Mummy, the sister's mother, whose favoritism and dysfunctional relationships contribute to the family's problems. Dr. Lay, a doctor at Korede's hospital who is drawn into the sisters' complicated dynamics. Book summary. The first murder. The novel opens with Korede's realization that her sister Ayoola has just committed her third murder. Ayoola's method involves using a knife to kill her boyfriends, and Korede, who is a nurse, helps to clean up the crime scenes. The chapter sets up the central conflict of the novel, Korede's struggle with her sister's criminal behavior and her own moral dilemmas. The cleanup. Korede describes the process of covering up Ayoola's murders. She details how she cleans the crime scenes and deals with the aftermath, often using her nursing skills to hide the evidence. This chapter delves into Korede's internal conflict, showcasing her loyalty to her sister despite the moral and legal implications. Family dynamics. The story explores the complicated dynamics within the family, particularly the strained relationship between Korede and their mother. Korede reflects on how their mother's favoritism towards Ayoola has affected her own sense of self-worth and familial duty. The chapter provides context for Korede's deep-seated frustrations and her sense of obligation towards her sister. Ayoola's charm. Ayoola's charm and attractiveness are highlighted as she manages to manipulate people around her, including men who become her victims. Korede observes her sister's ability to charm and deceive, creating tension between her admiration for Ayoola's beauty and her horror at her actions. This chapter contrasts Ayoola's superficial charm with the sinister reality of her behavior. Tade's introduction. Korede meets Tade, a new doctor at her hospital, and begins to develop feelings for him. However, Tade's interest in Ayoola complicates things. Korede struggles with her feelings for Tade and her concern for Ayoola's potential impact on their relationship. The introduction of Tade adds a romantic subplot that intertwines with the main narrative of crime and family conflict. The latest victim. Ayoola's latest victim, Femi, is introduced. His murder becomes the catalyst for the escalating tension in the story. Korede's efforts to cover up the crime while dealing with the emotional fallout from Ayoola's actions put her in increasingly difficult situations. This chapter heightens the suspense and drives the plot forward. A family secret. The family's dark secrets and the extent of Ayoola's influence are revealed. Korede's relationship with her mother and her sister's impact on her life are further explored. The chapter delves into the psychological and emotional consequences of living in such a toxic environment, adding depth to the characters' motivations. The confrontation. A significant confrontation occurs between Korede and Ayoola. Korede's growing frustration with her sister comes to a head, and she is forced to confront the reality of Ayoola's behavior and her own role in enabling it. This chapter marks a turning point in the narrative, as Korede's inner conflict reaches its peak. The ultimate betrayal. Tensions between the characters escalate, leading to a dramatic climax. Korede's relationship with Tade and her loyalty to Ayoola come into direct conflict, resulting in a series of events that change the course of their lives. The chapter builds towards a resolution that addresses the novel's central conflicts and themes. Resolution. The novel concludes with the fallout from the climactic events. Korede reflects on the consequences of her actions and the impact of Ayoola's behavior on her life. The final chapter offers a resolution to the story's conflicts and provides insight into the characters' futures, leaving readers with a sense of closure and contemplation. Themes. Family loyalty and betrayal. The novel explores the tension between family loyalty and personal morality. Korede's devotion to her sister, despite knowing her crimes, highlights the complexities of familial duty. The theme of betrayal is also examined through the strained relationships within the family and the impact of Ayoola's actions on Korede's life. Guilt and redemption. Korede's feelings of guilt and her search for redemption are central to the narrative. Her involvement in covering up Ayoola's murders and her struggles with her own conscience reflect the broader theme of seeking redemption for actions taken in the name of family loyalty. Morality and justice. The novel raises questions about morality and justice through the lens of Ayoola's criminal behavior and Korede's complicity. It examines the idea of justice within a personal and societal context, exploring the moral ambiguities faced by the characters. The power of charisma. Ayoola's charm and attractiveness play a significant role in the novel. The theme of charisma is explored through Ayoola's ability to manipulate those around her, contrasting with the darker aspects of her personality. The novel examines how charm can be used to mask true intentions and control others. Gender and power dynamics. The book touches on themes of gender and power, particularly through Ayoola's manipulation of men and the impact of societal expectations on women. The power dynamics between the sisters and their interactions with other characters reflect broader societal issues related to gender and influence. Analysis. Narrative structure. The novel's structure effectively blends suspense and dark humor, creating a compelling and engaging narrative. The alternating focus on Korede's internal struggle and the external consequences of Ayoola's actions provides a balanced and dynamic storytelling approach. Character development. The characters are richly developed, with Korede's internal conflict and Ayoola's manipulative charm at the forefront. The complexity of their relationship and the impact of their actions on those around them add depth to the narrative. Themes and symbolism. The themes of family loyalty, guilt, and charisma are explored with nuance and insight. The novel's use of dark humor and satire enhances its exploration of these themes, providing a unique perspective on crime and morality. Pacing and style. The pacing of the novel is steady, with a focus on character development and suspenseful plot twists. Braithwaite's writing style is sharp and engaging, using humor and psychological depth to create a gripping narrative. Conclusion. My Sister, The Serial Killer by Oyinkan Braithwaite is a compelling and darkly humorous thriller that explores complex themes of family loyalty, morality, and charisma. Through its engaging narrative, richly developed characters, and sharp satire, the novel offers a unique perspective on crime and personal responsibility. Braithwaite's skillful blending of suspense and humor creates a memorable and thought-provoking read, making the book a standout work in contemporary fiction. The end. Love the book summary. Subscribe Teddy Bear's Storytime YouTube channel now. Like the video. Turn on the notifications. And leave your comments. See you in next book.